Mary Barra, CEO of GM, is reportedly hitting the brakes on electric car sales. But why? Are Chevy Bolts and Hummer EVs suddenly duds? And what does this mean for the future of electric vehicles in general? We'll be dissecting the rumors, crunching the numbers, and seeing if there's any truth behind the no more EVs for GM scare. So, if you've been eyeing on a brand new Mustang Mach-E for $43,895, or a feature-packed Tesla Model 3 starting around $46,990, you won't want to miss this. American auto giant General Motors is facing a stark reality in the world's largest car market, China. In 2017, GM reigned supreme in China, selling a remarkable 4 million vehicles. This dominance stemmed from their strong presence in the market, particularly with established brands like Buick. Back then, China offered a golden opportunity for GM, contributing significantly to their global success. However, the past 5 years have witnessed a dramatic shift. Today, GM is projected to sell a mere million vehicles in China for the entire year of 2024. When we focus solely on GM's own brands, Buick, Cadillac, and Chevrolet, the picture becomes even bleaker. Sales for these core markets have plummeted by a staggering 80% compared to their 2017 peak. Their more recent figures showcase a 30% decline in vehicle deliveries during the second quarter of 2024 compared to the previous year. However, this doesn't tell the whole story. The Chinese market is experiencing a rapid transition towards electric vehicles and plug-in hybrids. In June 2024 alone, a staggering 50% of all car sales in China were for these eco-friendly options. Unfortunately, GM hasn't been able to capitalize on this trend. Their current offerings in the Chinese EV market haven't resonated with consumers, leaving them at a significant disadvantage. One of GM's key partnerships in China is SAIC GM, a joint venture with the Chinese government, or entities closely associated with it. While GM holds a 50% stake in this venture, it primarily focuses on manufacturing vehicles for the Chevrolet, Buick, and Cadillac brands under license. These are essentially the same GM-branded cars struggling in the market. General Motors' story in China used to be one of remarkable success. The partnerships they forged, particularly with SAIC Motor, proved to be a goldmine. Billions of dollars flowed into GM's coffers for years, a testament to the strategic advantage of having a strong presence in the world's largest car market. However, this narrative has taken a sharp turn for the worse. For a long time, GM enjoyed the luxury of having two distinct yet thriving markets: North America, where they remained dominant, and China, where they were reaping the rewards of their joint ventures. Unfortunately, the Chinese dream is fading fast. While the American market continues to offer some stability, China is presenting a major challenge. The numbers paint a grim picture. Cadillac sales in China plummeted by a staggering 47% in just the second quarter of 2024. This translates to a mere 29,000 vehicles sold in a 3-month period, a figure that doesn't account for the previous declines. Chevrolet's situation is even more dire. Their sales have nosedived by a shocking 79% in the same time frame, leaving them with a paltry 10,000 vehicles sold. In a market that moves 26 million cars annually, these numbers are a recipe for disaster. Chevrolet is on the verge of becoming a non-entity in China. They are currently selling a mere 3,000 cars per month. Even Buick, once considered the king of the Chinese market, hasn't been spared. Their sales have fallen by a significant 40%, dropping to 81,000 units. This is a far cry from their previous reign as the top-selling brand in the country. When you combine these figures, GM's own branded car sales in China come to a meager 110,000 vehicles. However, by including the sales figures from their joint ventures with SAIC and Wuling, the total number jumps significantly. These companies, Baoyun and Wuling Huangguang, are not technically GM cars. While GM does own 33% of both ventures, the branding and marketing positions them as distinct entities. Customers don't walk into dealerships thinking they're buying a GM car. They believe they're purchasing a Baojun or a Wuling Huangguang. While these partnerships do inflate GM's overall sales figure, 252,000 vehicles in the last quarter, they don't necessarily translate into substantial profits. These budget-friendly brands operate in a low-margin segment where profits are thin or non-existent. They might be selling a significant number of vehicles, but they aren't contributing significantly to GM's bottom line. The root cause of GM's struggles boils down to one crucial factor: the rise of electric vehicles. China is experiencing a rapid shift towards EVs, with a significant portion of new car sales coming from this segment. Unfortunately, GM appears to have missed the boat. Their current offerings in the Chinese EV market haven't resonated with consumers, leaving them at a disadvantage compared to competitors who have embraced the EV revolution. GM's future in China is shrouded in uncertainty. Their once dominant position has eroded significantly. Unless they can adapt quickly and develop compelling EV options that resonate with Chinese consumers, they risk being left behind in a market that is rapidly moving forward without them. General Motors' situation in China is far worse than the headline numbers suggest. While their total sales figures might appear somewhat stable, a closer look reveals a reliance on partnerships that mask a decline in their core brands. One such example is the Wuling brand, under which GM builds and distributes minibuses. Additionally, a partnership with SAIC and Wuling, where GM owns only 33%, birthed the Baojun brand. Combined sales of these non-GM brands, totaling 252,000 in the second quarter, inflated GM's overall figures. This represents a concerning trend. 70% of GM's recent sales come from vehicles they don't fully control or brand as their own. This approach raises questions. Imagine Tesla only owning 33% of a Chinese brand with no Tesla branding. Would anyone consider those sales a true reflection of Tesla's performance? Furthermore, GM's core brands, Chevrolet, Buick, and Cadillac, have witnessed a significant decline. Their sales have plummeted by a staggering 60% in the first half of 2024. This builds upon a larger trend of declining deliveries for GM China, falling by 9% in 2023 and a whopping 50% from their 2017 peak of 4 million vehicles, which were all genuine GM brands. Here's the crux of the issue. Those 2017 numbers represented true GM success. Today's inflated figures don't paint an accurate picture. GM's core brands are facing extinction as their sales dwindle. This decline stems from fierce competition from Chinese automakers. These companies boast better brand recognition, superior electric vehicle offerings, a wider range of models, and feature-rich tech that attracts younger consumers. GM's future in China hangs in the balance. Their reliance on partnerships to inflate sales numbers masks a deeper issue. Their core brands are hemorrhaging market share. Unless they can develop a clear and compelling strategy that resonates with Chinese consumers, their future in the world's largest car market remains uncertain. So, we hope you like our video, then do like, share, and subscribe to our channel.